Okay, so this question here, tax question, calculating the tax, is a non-calculator question, right? Usually these come up in a calculator paper, but this one doesn't, right? But the numbers are nice, so you should be able to do this without a calculator, okay? Anyway, we're going to do it. So part A, down here, says during the tax year 2018 to 2019, Janina's gross income is 55,000 euros, okay? So we need to decide now, it says here, which is the best proposal for her so that she pays the least tax, okay? And in this case, of course, you've got yellow party and orange party. So we look at the yellow one first, okay? The yellow party. So with the yellow party, right, we've got first of all here, we can work up the taxable income. And don't forget, with taxable income, okay, it means the income that you get taxed on. Okay, so obviously, so you don't get taxed on all of your gross income. Okay, a certain amount of it you get to keep without being taxed. So to work out the taxable income, you use this formula: the gross income, which is 55,000, and you take away then the personal allowance. Now the personal allowance for the orange part, for the yellow part, is 5,000. So you end up then with 50,000 euros there. Okay, so in other words, the first 5,000 she gets to keep, and she's going to get taxed on 50,000. Okay, so with the tax then, there's different rates. You've got basic rate, middle rate, higher rate. Okay, basic rate is 10% on the first 10,000 of the taxable income. So for the basic, she's going to get taxed 10% on the first 10,000. Okay. First 10,000 of this, she's going to get taxed 10%. 10% is easy, just divide by 10 euros. So divide 10,000 by 10, you get 1,000. The middle rate is 25%. Okay, so if you look up here, the middle rate is 25% on taxable income between 10,000 and 30,000. So in that gap there, of course, there's what, 20,000, the gap between 10 and 30,000? It's 20,000 there. So she's going to be taxed 25% of that 20,000. So 25% of 20,000 is a quarter, isn't it? If you think about 25%, 25% is the same as a quarter. Quarter of 20,000, well, half it is 10, half it again is 5, so 5,000. Then you have the higher rate. The higher rate is 50% is payable on all taxable income over 30,000. So 50% on the remainder of the income. And if you think about it, of all the taxable income, 50,000 taxable income, so far we've dealt with the first 10,000, we've dealt with the next 20,000, we just need to think what's left now, what's above this. So this is the first 30,000. And of course, to get up to 50,000, there's going to be another 20,000 to be taxed. Okay, all of that is your 50,000 there. The final 20,000 is going to be taxed at 50%. And if you think about it, 50% is just half, isn't it? That's what 50% is, half. So half of that is 10,000 euros. Add them up, okay, and you get 16,000 euros. Okay, so that would be her tax under the yellow proposal, the yellow party proposal. For the orange party, okay, so we'll do the orange over here. Now, the orange party, they have, if you notice, they have a different personal allowance. They have a much greater personal allowance, so 10,000. So they're not going to get taxed on so much. Okay, so the taxable income will equal the gross income, which is 55,000. Oops, too many zeros there. Take away then the personal allowance, which is 10,000. So as they said, she's not going to get taxed so much with the orange party on so much of the income. She's only going to get taxed on 45,000 of it. Okay, now let's look at what we've got here. The orange party, we've got a basic rate and a higher rate. That's all that there is. So basic rate of 20,000 in the first, basic rate of 20% on the first 20,000 of taxable income. So the first 20,000 of this He's going to get taxed at 20%. So 20% of 20,000. Now if you think about it, 10% is well, just divide that by 10, isn't it? 10% then would be 2,000, 20% will be 4,000. Okay, and the higher rate, what was the higher rate? The higher rate was 40% on all the other taxable income. So 40%. Now, we've already taxed 20,000, so there's 25,000 left. Same principle, work up 10% first, yeah? 10% is 2,500. Just take off a 0. So 10% is 2,500. 40% would be 4 lots, 2,500. Okay, I'll write it over here if that helps. 10% for this is 2,500. So 40% is you've got to times that by 4, haven't you? Okay, times it by 4. Which of course will give you 10,000. Okay. We can then work out her total tax. That's it. There's only basic and higher with the Orange Party. Total tax is 14,000. The question asked which tax proposal would result in Janina paying least tax and by how much. Well, the Yellow Party was 16,000. Okay. And the Orange Party is 14,000. So the orange is cheaper. The orange is less, rather. Orange pays less tax by 2,000 euros. With 16,000 and 14,000, the gap is 2,000 euros. Part B, Samuli plays rugby for an international team. He's likely to earn 200,000 euros during the tax year 2018 to 2019. Without any calculations, explain why Samuli might favour the Orange Party's proposal. Okay, now, the question says, why would he might prefer the Orange Party's proposal? Well, I think when you look here, okay, if you think Somali earns 200,000, an awful lot of money. If you look at the higher rate for both of these, the higher rate there is 50%, the higher rate here is 40%. I think that would be the important figure for him, because most of his income, because he earns quite a lot, right? 200,000 is an awful lot. Most of his income is going to be taxed at the higher rate, because there it's like anything over the 30,000. Here it's all the other income, taxable income that's above 20,000. So most of his income is going to be taxed at higher rate, and of course the higher rate there is better, isn't it? It's only 40%, whereas here it's 50%. So you probably get taxed less with the Orange Party. So we can explain that. Most of his income will be taxed at higher rate. Okay? Most of his income will be taxed at higher rate, which means Orange is better. Okay? It only has 40% higher rate, whereas Yellow has 50% higher rate. Okay? Job done.